ihesieahnita was in front of him rocking it.
Tomorrow you're going to regret doing this.
Why are you bothered about me doing it?
Because you're my friend. Have you finished explaining your life?
It was nothing.
I don't care what it was.
Godos. I hello, the emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion. Eh? For the parties or the after parties or the situations in the house where we've had people do the most, God dons is always involved in some way. They're always doing the most, and it fits with the theme of this season. Do the most. You see, yesterday, you guys, when I was just about to, close shop and turn off the TV, I was like, okay, let me start putting my videos together and stuff, only for me to see doings. Midday and Bright, they went the full 9 yards, the full 9 yards. Like it was a process from the beginning to the end. I was like, okay, okay. And then we also had like Sultana and Jason on the other hand. Like it was a whole lot happening. You see, mainstream media, they don't see waiting they go use, you know, say some they've seen what they used to say something because it's always when things like this happen in the house that they will have what to say. There's no other thing, they will not be carrying on that gist until something like this happens in the house, they will not carry it. You now see people say, oh, they should come and ban the show and all of that. All of you should rest. Anyway, I'm here to give you people all the gist, all the tea. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new here, please do what, like, share, subscribe, and all the good stuff. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you can get notified each time I post a brand new video. Of course, I'm going to begin with Midday and Bright because they did the most, and I'm going to like let you know the things that happen or how they got to that point, right? So first of all, you guys know that it was their party, their pool party last night, and the pool party was actually cool. This is the best that they've had so far. This is their, this is their most fun party that they've had so far. The theme for the week is nostalgia, so they played old songs and they were really vibing to it, right? So at the party we had Isabella dancing with what's his name, Bright, and then Mide obviously did not take that well. So after the party, she started crashing out, over the whole dancing thing. And this was where she was just like talking to Queen and Dede, talking about the dance and how she felt about it. Only for her to open the door, she now saw Bright with Avatar again. She was like, I'm even trying to forgive one, and then another one is happening. So she was literally crashing out, right?
I'm not okay right now. I'm sad.
Look about it as a joke. Guys, this is actually serious. I just opened the door. Iwata was in front of him, rocking him too. Am I the only one that is actually looking at this person like a bastard? Yo. So she confronted him, about the whole situation. She told him that why was he dancing with Isabella like that? He now told her that, but she used to dance with people at the party, or she was dancing with people at the party, that she danced with Jason. She was like, okay, me, was I rocking Jason? That it was different. That the dance she had with Jason was different from the one she had he had with Isabella. That he was basically rocking her, so that was her own concern. The way it's the way and manner with which the dance was happening. And Bright was saying that, she was doing her own, he was doing his own, and all of that. So they were just basically discussing the matter.
Was this a dance?
It was just a dance.
Well, you dance with other people. So how is you dancing with somebody from? I saw you dance with Jason.
So I was rocking. Jason was rocking me.
I wasn't working with Isabella.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just dancing.
I don't like when they are doing this their whole whispering of a thing. I don't like when they're whispering, like speaking loud. I'm not hearing you speaking loud. Let's hear you very well. So, after they had spoken for a while, they were now being all mushy mushy. And these housemates are very, very like mischievous. They were now hailing them, trying to get them to like, kiss and stuff. There was a brief peck at this point. They were now so excited. I'm like, why you all jumping like something serious just happened? Like, just imagine, like it was a whole thing. And now let's get down to the main nitty gritty of the night. So later on, right? It started off in the bathroom. They went to take a shower together, right? And Isabella and some other housemates were outside. So Isabella was saying that they are like, in the shower doing things, but they were still putting on like their bikini and stuff. Like she was still putting on her swim wear or whatever it is, right? But at this point, she said they had spent so much time in the shower. I was like, okay, what is going on? But we not see, so we cannot make too much assumptions. But I know that it was already marinating there. Now they now went to the room, and the first phase of this situation, it was her that received first. I'm going to speak in codes at this point. In fact, let me make my let's I want people to see me very well when I'm giving this gist. So the first phase was her doing the receiving. She was on the receiving end. It was literally like, on some DJ things, chicka chicka chicka. That's like what it was looking like. Because they at this point they were showing her facial expression and his hands were not being seen, right? So that was the first phase of the situation, right? Yep, yep, yep. Now, phase two, part two. For part two, we had him like when somebody's staying and if somebody's lying down and their feet is at 90 degree, it was up there 90 degree to give room for whatever needed to be done. So at this point, I feel like he was the one on the receiving end because he this code language I'm using YouTube. Sha. Anyway, he was one on the receiving end, so he was in his 90-degree position. And yes, that was part two. Part three was when they now, sealed it with the main deal. Then I went all the way, right? Because they showed where at this point she was now backing him and he was behind her. And then from what I saw under the DUVE, it was as if he was like, dragging her closer, closer, and closer, and closer, and closer, forward and backward movements. Let me just show you guys. This good language, eh? Mhm. So it was very brief. I like to be brief with when I'm showing people things here. So, but I'm sure like if you want to replay or whatever, you see like the forward and backward movement. So I think that this is when they now like sealed the deal. And then for full videos, obviously you're going to see full videos on Twitter. I think it's Twitter that you most likely see this kind of thing like fully. Most other platforms, yeah, it may be difficult. But yeah, that is how things went down. I know that it's going to be a huge issue because of like the whole thing with Bright having see, let me tell you people. The only thing I was thinking at that point is so you carry tattoo of your babe on your hand and you're using it to do DJ work on another babe. Why even go that length of doing all these things with one babe, like his babe on the outside? You have a tattoo of her name on your hand, and then you're going in, you're doing all of these things. It's crazy because I'm imagining how she would have been looking at him. That's if she even had the mind to watch. She could just dey look at him like this. Hey, and then for Midday, I feel like Bright has been moving funny in a way. So and now that they've now like gotten this close, he'll now move funnier and she'll crash out more. So I don't know if she'll be able to handle him from now till the end of the show. This is still like week four. That's if they are going to both stay to the end. I don't know how it's going to be. He's going to crash out more, and I know he's going to still do more things to make her feel, some type of way. So me, I'm just observing. Me, I know they like judge all these kind of things. Some of them are adults, and I don't know what they want to do. But I'm just like, okay, he's baby on the outside and stuff. Anyway, moving on from that. So we had Sultana and Jason. For Sultana, she was crashing out. She was not happy with the way Jason was moving with Joanna at the pool party, right? I knew that it was going to cause issues because I saw him Jason with Joanna, like they danced very well at different points. You know, like she's like the vibe of the party. He's also like a vibe. So they rocked each other. They danced. They had like very they spent the most time together. You know, so I knew that was going to be an issue. So she was now saying that she's going to ghost him. She's not going to have anything to do with him. That she's just going to ghost him, and that this whole thing is just weird and awkward and stuff. So that's where she was complaining about it.
I will ghost, like I don't have strength. Do you see it or not? Is it just me that see it? Yeah, I see it, but Joanna is not interested in anything. I know. It's not her. Yeah, it's not her. I never had issues with girls.
So, like for Sultana, she was just saying that it's not her. Because Thelma told her that Joanna is not interested in any with she's not interested in any guy in the house, and Sultana was now saying that it's not about her, it's about the guy that's Jason and his doings and stuff. So I was thinking that okay, since she said she's going to ghost him, it's going to take some time, but they still ended up on the same bed. I don't know how that is ghosting. Maybe the ghosting. You know how in the night their duvet is, you know, showing shining white and black. Maybe not the ghosting be that because there was no ghosting there. And then um they had another conversation about Isabella just dragging her and stuff. But I don't know if I'm going to add that to this video because I don't tire for their talk about other people, like especially Sultana. She don't do. So at this point, I don't tire safe. Hey, so look at me. Oh. I like to explain before I play so that people understand what is going on. So for their whole this thing, like I said, they now ended up cuddling and stuff. So for their own, I think it was just like not DJ work because it seemed like she was one that like, you know, was massaging things there, right? So it was kind of she was like holding him and then the cuddle started. She like she was moving her hand around. Then he now immediately took his leg to the 90-degree position. I think that 90-degree position is what helps them to mask the whole thing because as like you know it needs to be up one to mask the whole thing and two so that you know can be very comfortable while collecting things or receiving things, right? So that was what was happening. Let me now play it for you guys. So I think carry leg up immediately. He did not want to even, you know, lose guard or maybe, you know, coded sha. Um, for their own, they didn't show it for a long time. They just moved the camera. I said, okay, maybe I didn't want to show us like that. So I don't know whether anything proceeded, but I just saw like a little movement here and there. Then Isabella, the person that caused the problem, both for the bride ship and for um what's his name, Kola and did this. Oh, like other one, friendship, right? Isabella still went ahead to peck Imisi. Isabella was on the roll last night. It was a crazy thing. See, Isabella, she said she's not here. We're not here for what did she even say? We're not here for intellectual. That we're here for entertainment. I said okay, that's fine and good. Now Imisi was calling Kola out for kissing Isabella. Have I mentioned that Kola kissed Isabella? I don't think I've mentioned it. I was only talking about Midday them. So at the pool party, Kola and Isabella kissed. I was so surprised. I was like, from where to where? Initially, when they were hailing Kola, because they were in the house, just hailing him, they were like, Kola, you don't win, oh, hey, Kola, you go win again. I'm like, okay. It was giving secondary school vibe of like, you know, maybe when a guy does something and then, you know, these guys are hailing him. That's what it was giving. I was like, why? What's wrong with these ones? Now, I was thinking that at first I was thinking it was Dede, right? Only to find out later that it was Isabella and it happened during the pool party. They didn't show us. Then Imisi went to talk to him about it, you know. So yeah, that's how we got to this point of the conversation. And the thing is that when sometimes when Imisi is having a conversation with you, she's always very like it's almost as if she wants to enter inside your blood, enter inside your like enter inside your skin, which is what she was doing with Kola when she was having a conversation. He had to even tell her at some point, like, you know, give me some space, like just adjust back first so that I can see you and hear what you're saying, right? So that's one thing she does that I know that sometimes may feel kind of uncomfortable for the other person.
She was saying let's kiss. I said, Kola. Stop it. He said, no, it's just a kiss. Okay. Go back to my place, regardless, whichever point you're speaking from, I can relate to. Can you go back to the table? Bro, bravo. No, I'm just saying I want to know you clearly.
So, you know, he was just telling her to like go back a little bit, and she was like, "Oh, okay, I see what you're doing now, bravo." And then he now said, "I'm not saying you should go back so I can listen to what you're saying." He was trying not to, you know, make it awkward or anything. Now she was now telling him that she knows that he's going to regret his actions later on. That's tomorrow. That it's just alcohol that's working now. She knows he's going to regret. He was not even having it at all. It was like, why are you so bothered about this whole thing? What are you talking about? You know, even like make comments. There's even a point where he asked her whether she likes him and stuff. So she was trying to point out to him that he didn't have to do that. That why did he? That she wishes like that night. She wishes the whole thing never happened and stuff. So she was just, you know, talking to him about how she felt concerning the kissing situation and why he had to do that because he said he has nothing to do with, he doesn't have anything for Isabella. So she was like, okay, if you don't have anything for her, why did you now go ahead with that, right? So that was just her own argument or her own point.
I know tomorrow you're going to regret doing this.
Why are you bothered about me doing it?
Because you're my father, and I know you don't want to do it. If you actually like Isabella.
Stop kissing you. I've never liked that before. So what's the issue?
So why did you do that? Please, it's changing. No, it's getting fuck it.
She was like, I don't know if you guys observed what happened there. She was like, kiss, exchanging of like things. Like, that's very deep. And Kola is like, huh? Is the way she demonstrated, and he's like, huh? What are you saying? How do you get here? What are you talking about, right? And from what the way Imisi was saying it, she was saying it as if it was not her that was bothered about it, that she was saying it because she knows that, oh, he doesn't like this person and he didn't want to, she knows that it's not something he wanted to do. And she brought Dede into the equation at some point, right? And then, oh yeah, this is where she brought Dede into the equation, saying that how is Dede going to feel? He was like, does Dede have anything for him? She was like, no, but she knows that he likes Dede, but um, you know, and he's going to feel bad and obviously go apologize at some point. Anyway, the way she was going about it at this point, a lot of people were even saying online, "Oh, Emisi definitely likes Cola," and at first I didn't agree. I was like, "Nah, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just her, you know, being concerned about her friend and all of that." But the way she was just pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, even Cola himself had to ask her, "Do you like me? So you like me? This one that you're now pushing the whole thing?" Because at first I was like, okay, I understand where she's coming from. I see what she's saying. But then she was still insisting on it, even when he was saying, okay, this is not what it is, right? And then he now asked her whether, you know, maybe she said get something for him. I say, gay.
So how do you think Dede is going to feel?
Why are you putting up with it?
Because I know you like her. I'm just going to feel bad. See, I wish this life never happened.
Okay, why are you holding this? Like what?
I mean
Do
it.
you like me?
Now she take her hand run. As he asked her, "Do you like me?" Does she take her hand run and everything, right? Although, like I said, I still feel a part of me still feels or still felt that I felt like it was for Dede until what later happened. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. So now, what she was talking about, it didn't even take long for him to start going to explain himself. So he went to speak to Dede about it. According to him, didn't want her to hear from somebody else. He wanted her to hear from her directly the whole situation. So he was trying to explain himself, and she was now saying that she doesn't care. You know, she was like it was nothing. She like he doesn't care whatever it was, and she now asked him whether he liked. In fact, look, I even first played the clip because I don't even forget how this conversation take go.
It was nothing.
I don't care what it was. One thing, it wasn't enjoyable to you. You didn't do it because you want a child. You wanted to do it.
No.
It was not enjoyable to you. It didn't even last as much as being self-satisfied. It was just for nothing. Exactly. That is why it's so offensive. If you had fun with it, I would say yes. There's a reason why he did it. So why did you do it?
Okay, she was basically telling him that, why you do? I'm like you did not have fun with it, you did not enjoy it. You were not. why? Echo was not the reason for it if you just went ahead to do it just for doing sake, you know? So that was the angle she was coming from, right? Or that's what she was saying, right? So she was just saying that was why it was so that's why it was so offensive. The fact that it's almost like he had no reason to do it, he just wanted to do it, right? He was now explaining that no, when she said like he wanted to do it and stuff, he was not explaining no, this I don't even know what I was trying to explain. Safe. So she now proceeded to like tell him that whatever deal they had, like it's like at this point it's ended like an hour ago, right? And there's no way for anything. That what I understood by that statement is like no room, nothing day again. Even if there was probably maybe small room before, at this point there's no room again. She now made a statement about saying that Isabella is not going to win against her being ahead of her or something or anybody in the house. And then she now said she wanted to go eat and stuff. Make I play the video, make you not hear about it now. Say,
But yeah, the deal ended up being like, there's no way Isabella will beat me to anything. Absolutely not. Not even anybody in this house. Anyways, I'm sorry. I have to go. Have I done that? Can you go, please?
oh, okay, yeah, yep. She was saying there's no way Isabella will beat her to anything in the house, not even any other person. Yeah, that was how she put it. I don't know what she means by beat her to anything, whether not the kiss, whether does she mean that Isabella beat her to the kiss or what? I beg, Dede, you go like explain. I know she will not hear me, but help me ask her. Or if you can help us ask, what does she mean by that? Now he went followed her to the kitchen to go and explain for that, and she was like, let it go. Like let it go. Now, the thing with this their situation, I feel like the one person that she had something extra for is actually Kola, because you guys remember the whole beginning thing where she said where Midday was saying that herself and Diddy had a conversation, and when the guys just came in, Diddy was like, okay, let me know who you like so that I'm not gonna cross paths. And then she also kind of for her it was Kola, and then she now told Midday not to go that side. So I think there was already something there, but the way he now started moving initially, she didn't like it, and then she now like took a step back, and then recently things have been progressing. In fact, at the pool party, they had like this huge hug. After she fell down at the pool party, and then they all came to help her up. And after the help, when she got up, herself and Kola now had like this very tight hug. I was like, okay, okay. She even rocked him, not full rocking, but like side rocking, something where they progress, something where they show heads more. So she even rocked him at the party, only for this to now happen. So it was basically like, okay, we are back to base. It's not even back to base, if we are back to minus, right? So this was where he helped her up, and then he hugged her at the party and stuff. So it's just funny because Kola now, let's just say na bad boy in they do, because that's the only reason why he would have done what he did. He's on to some bad boy vibes, so that he's not going to come across like a fool, or they'll look at him like, okay, himself get doings. Because the other day, in fact, even preaching to him about like not fooling himself, or they let him have his own doing. So now the reason he did this is just to like be on some bad boy vibes, but the bad boy vibes not complete if you don't follow up with it. Now you're going back to explain. Bright was always hailing him that he's at the top of his game. He was not telling Bright that Bright is a bad influence, and then he's going back to explain. So what's not the point if you're not going to be the bad guy, or if you're not going to follow through with it? Then there's no point going that route already, especially when the person is like, even when the person you're seeing that okay, maybe hope on the day or progress, it's better you just even like step back from the situation rather than still be actively trying to pursue that person or trying to follow up with that situation, and then you're going to do things and you still expect that thing there's hope. You want to just be a bad boy, or step back from the situation and just avoid and then move on to whoever you want to, so because it didn't know the flow. Anyway, moving on, this is part where I was like, Missy was pretty for Dede talking about, oh, she likes Diddy for him. And then when they were in a bigger gathering, she was now saying that he owes nobody any explanation and he did what he had to do. So I'm like, Imisi, which are you there? Are you for are you supporting or against what happened? Is it for Diddy or for yourself that you were speaking or something, you know?
Actually, like the day, and I love to do for you.
But they like you.
I don't know.
Why you did I'm the better than why you
Because I know you do. Have you finished explaining your life? To the woman of your dreams? Kola, you don't owe anybody an explanation. You did what you have to do.
Nah, Isabella go scatter this house last. Now she caused problem for bride ship. Now she still caused this other one. It's all right. It's okay. Then Kola was later having a conversation with Gigi, and he made it seem like this conversation is like something Diddy, like conversations that he has had with Diddy that he considers like personal conversations. And I'm like, of all people to be giving personal gist is Gigi. Gigi that the news spread will start spreading from her dream to tomorrow where she will now have conversation with her girls. Benny doesn't he don't do that. So he was basically telling her that Diddy told him they had a conversation. In that conversation, Diddy told him that if he were to kiss anybody another baby in the house, that she's going to feel some type of way about it. So Gigi was like, oh, okay. That means there's more to it.
I just
Right?
hope like she's not overthinking this whole thing. I don't think she is. She's a smart girl. She did mention that if I ever kiss somebody, she'll feel a certain way. You did not say that. That's why I feel like I fucked up. I feel like she was losing up. Now I understand the gravity of it.
Anyway, now them sabi. Anyhow, they want to move forward with it. Now them sabi. Kaine and Negulu, let's be watching. For K-pop and Avatar, they are moving to the permanent sites. Not they are not moving because there's no time. I feel like she's going to go on Sunday or something. But she was basically telling him that he's like the only one that she feels like she kind of likes more, at least more than the others. It's not as if she keeps saying, "Oh, there's nothing more," but then she's still saying that it's like the only option kind of in the house, and it's unfortunate. I say, okay, it's fine.
Hey, Timo.
So you're the one and only option, and I don't like that.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Rude boy, rude boy, rude boy, rude boy, rude boy. So rude boy has been on a roll with Thelma, trying to. You guys know he has liked her since. She has been with like even then there's time she was close to Tega and everything, but it has not stopped him, Sha. He's still pushing her. Now asked her whether she'll give him a chance. She was like, to get to know her better. She's like, yeah. And then he now spoke about relationship outside of the house. She said, she will not go outside first before he was talking about relationship. He now brought his rash side and said that she's always doing this thing. The way they used to talk and drag each other is just very funny. I'm like, are you people serious at all?
Can you give me a chance? Can you give me a chance? To do what? To get to know you proper. Yeah. Like I was thinking with the friendship, but not talk about like relationship outside the house. You know, but wait until we get outside the house. Just shut up, guys. This is my problem with you.
Why so aggressive? Relax, man. Then what else even happened? Yeah, it was just that's their gist, the whole Sultana gist of talking about Isabella and talking about saying, oh, she should have used her filler's money for personal hygiene and everything. I'm like, babe, relax. It's not even that deep. I don't even think Isabella has really done anything to you per se. And then other things, just them chilling, Victory and Joanna chilling and stuff. Yeah, that's basically it. Facts. It don't do. Let's end this video here. Thank you very much and God bless. Kisses. Bye.